first spell your first and last name?
It's Eddienelson, Eddie Nelson.
Eddie, around what time did this happen yesterday?
So I'm not sure exactly what time it happened. I was there between 12 and 4. That probably happened around the middle. It's probably around 2 o'clock or something.
Take us through your day and the events leading up to it.
Yeah, so it was Saturday. I'm off Fridays and Saturdays, so I'm lucky enough to be able to work from home for a company that is paying me to stay home right now, which is a blessing. So I'm lucky enough to be able to do that. Fridays and Saturdays are my off days. Sometimes I come out here on Fridays and stand here at Poplar and Highland with the sign, just standing out there. Black Lives Matter. That's it. Saturday, after I did that Friday, Saturday morning came around and I was like, the message is getting out around here. Let me go to Germantown, probably where the Black Lives Matter message needs to be delivered to some more people, touch some more people out there. So about noon, I drove out there, a little before noon because I got there about noon, and just posted up with my sign. That was it. Easy day for the most part. Few people here and there were rude. Got some middle fingers, some threats. Nobody threw anything. Really great folks brought me some water and ice and stuff like that. So it was a pretty good experience overall, except for my interaction with Lloyd.
Okay, tell us how the interaction with Lloyd even started.
Yeah, so I was on the corner, West and Poplar, with like Saddle Creek behind me and Wendy's over across the street from me. Lloyd, first time I saw Lloyd, he drove up in front, like he was turning right onto West. He stopped his car in front of me, gave me the middle finger. Y'all want me to cuss or you want me to edit it? Okay. Gave me the middle finger, told me to go F myself, and then he sped off. I gave him my middle finger back because I give and take. He drove off. Maybe about 30 minutes later, I see him pull up in front of me again. This time he's on West, like he's turning onto Poplar, so he's directly across from me. He was waiting on the light to change, I assume. He sat there, leaned out of his car. He said, he was real mean mugging me first. So I just stood there with my sign, faced him. He said, I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you. And then he turned left on a Poplar. I thought maybe he'd drive back by or something like that. About 15 minutes later, maybe 10 minutes, I see him walking up. That's when I turned on my camera for my safety and for his safety. That way no one could say somebody did something that wasn't on camera or something like that. And then the video really showed the rest.
What words were exchanged while he's still driving in his truck and passing by? Were there any words exchanged between you two?
So he was in a car, and he said when he was turning on, he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna take care of you." I said, "Okay, bring it on, man. I'm right here. I'm in public. I'm not scared. I'm not some big bad dude, but I'm out here, First Amendment. I'm just trying to send a message to people, and if that made them uncomfortable, then so be it." But that was it until he walked up.
So when he was approaching you, like, what's going through your mind?
I watched that video and I'm really surprised I let him get that close to me, to be honest with you. I'm pretty aware of my surroundings most of the time. I was in the Navy for 10 years, so I'm pretty aware of what's going on. I always have my head on a swivel, and especially when he wasn't even wearing a mask and he really walked up on me like that. But I saw him walking up and I was like, let me take out my camera. Who knows what this dude's gonna do? Tennessee's wild. I don't know if he's got a gun. I don't know if he's got a knife. I don't know if he's just gonna come at me and attack me. And so I flipped out the camera just to make sure that nothing happened that I wouldn't be able to say happened. Just for his protection and for my protection.
He asked if you were from Germantown.
Yeah.
Like, who was going to get him when he's asking?
People ask ask questions to protesters all the time. There's all this stuff about George Soros bussing people in and stuff like that. I had one gentleman approach me and asked me if anyone was paying me to be there. He was real cordial. I think he was just joking, you know, but yeah, that's what immediately came to my mind. I normally don't entertain people, foolishness like that. I just, like when he asked me my name, I told him I'm not going to tell you my name, stuff like that. What's crazy is, like, I worked there, right? And I pay taxes in Germantown. What does that matter? Is Black Lives Matter? Does that stop at the city line, at the municipality? It doesn't, right? It's not. It's something that is everywhere. It should be everywhere, and it shouldn't be controversial, especially in a city like Memphis that is majority minority. It's a majority black city, not even minority black city. I'm the minority here, and that's okay. You know, there's certain parts of this area that things happen that just blow my mind. I know it's 2020 and I shouldn't be surprised, but you know, the people I work with, they're representative of this area. It's mostly black folks. And they were outside working one day in Germantown, and somebody called the cops on them because they thought they were looters. Tuesday in the afternoon, they were eating lunch. That should not happen. And, you know, I don't think that would have happened out here somewhere. I don't think that would happen in Midtown or downtown or anything like that. It happened out there, and that's gross. I felt bad. I felt sad. I felt hurt for my friends, my coworkers. And, you know, it's upsetting. It's just upsetting. And I think that getting the message out that Black Lives Matter is important. And, you know, however we need to do that. I wasn't even protesting. I was just demonstrating peacefully. But that wasn't okay. White people continually tell black folks how they should be protesting. What's acceptable? You can't take a knee during the national anthem. You can't march through the streets. You can't shut down an intersection. You can't even, in Nashville, you can't even go in anymore. They block people from coming in to Capitol Hill to the People's Assembly to stop them from getting a word in edgewise or speaking on a vote or a bill or anything like that. It's gross. Sorry, I'm getting a little worked up. It's, you know, I love this state and I love this city and I love these people. And it doesn't have to be like that. There's no reason that a bust of Nathan Bedford Forrest should be in a Capitol building in this state. You know, he ordered the bayoneting and murdering of 300 freed black Union soldiers after they surrendered. They chased them into the Mississippi River, drowned them, and stabbed them to death. And we're honoring that man in our Capitol building. And no one's doing anything about it. You know, we have some people on the right side of history who are pushing to get that removed, but they're blocked every step of the way from the GOP and the governor and everybody else. And it's disgusting. There's no reason that Memphis, as amazing and as historic this city is, there should not be a $90,000 wealth gap between blacks and whites in this city. We shouldn't be cutting education funding to buy tanks for the police department. How? When a city gives you their budget, when a mayor signs a budget, you can always tell where their heart is, and that's in their budget. Where they're giving the most money to and where they're cutting from, you know what they stand for. Sorry. I get off on these tangents sometimes, but
I know when he says that you're out there promoting violence.
yeah.
How do you take it? Why do you feel like that's the first thing that he puts?
Right. So I think that's a question that Lloyd has to answer for himself and a whole bunch of other people. Lloyd is not an island. There's a whole lot of people that agree with him and what he said and how he acted, and probably wish, reading the comments, wish he would have done more. Why does the term Black Lives Matter incite such a hatred in people? Why? When I see somebody give me a thumbs down because I'm holding a sign that said Black Lives Matter, I can only shake my head, you know, and think about how far we've come, but how far we still have to go in this city, in this country. You know, Lloyd had a Trump Pence sticker on his car, right? Obviously, we didn't have to confirm that, but we knew. This morning, when I wake up, I'm getting my coffee, I'm checking the Twitter feed. Trump retweets a video when the first 10 seconds a dude is yelling white power. When these